Welcome back to the GSMC Golf Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Garrison McDaniel. We just got done finished talking about the Scottie Scheffler win at Muirfield Village, and now we're moving on to our second topic. There it is. Superlatives for the Memorial. But before we get into that, if you want to help support the GSMC Sports Network in any ways, use the link gsmcpodcast.net for tips and donations. It does help a lot, goes a long way to support the creators here at the GSMC Sports Network. We really appreciate every bit of support that we get from you guys. But with all that being said, we're going to get right into this second segment. Superlatives for the Memorial. It was a fantastic week at the Memorial, but before we get into that, we do have to talk about the rest of the field and how they all did. Of course, it was Colin Morikawa who takes sole second. He finished 7 under, finished his last round at 1 under. He was 2 strokes back of Scottie Scheffler entering the final day, finishes 1 stroke back of him after. Adam Hadwin was right there in contention. He was 4 strokes back of Scottie Scheffler entering the day, as everybody was kind of that far back of Scottie Scheffler, but he goes in final pairing and finishes 4 under, 2 over on the day. Unfortunate for Adam Hadwin, fell off, looks a lot worse than it really was. Christian Bezuidenhout had a very surprising tournament. We're going to talk about him later in this segment as he does get one of these superlatives here, but he had a very impressive one. It's Matt Fitzpatrick, who really surged in round 4, very consistent, 73, 70, 74, but a 69 on Sunday got him to tied for 5th with Ludwig Oberg and Seb Straka. Both of those players played very well, besides Seb Straka on Sunday finishing 4 over as at a 76 to be that far back of Scottie Scheffler when he did have a chance going into the Sunday. Hideki Matsuyama 1 under, Sujay Im 1 under, Tony Finau 1 under, Xander Schauffele rounds out the group of tied for 8th at 1 under. There were 11 players in this field that were under par, and those are the 11. And then you get into Nick Dunlap, who is having a very shocking year. The amateur that won at the Century, I believe it was, to open this season. A very impressive win. He turned pro right after that and has had a very good year. And now he finished tied 12 at one of the best events in the world. Very impressive. Victor Perez tied 12. Sahith Theegala tied 12. Billy Horschel T15. Sam Burns T15. But the one that I really want to talk about is Viktor Hovland, because it looked so much like this was the tournament that he was going to break out this year after a fantastic 2023 season. It looked like he had it, and this one was the one. But on round 3, he finished, it was just a blow up on the back 9. 42 on the back 9 for 36, or there par 36 on the back 9, and he finishes with a 42, so goes 6 over after a 1 under on the round 3, 1 under on the front 9. That would have put him at, if he just kept to par with that 1 under, that would have put him at 7 under, and 8 under was the win this weekend. He goes bogey 11, bogey 12, bogey 13, bogey 14, birdies 15, triple bogey 16 from an absolute blow up here on 16. You saw the frustration, and they kept going back to him, and they played out this the whole hole basically. And this is the par 3 16 where it's got the water in front of the green. He drives it to the water. He has to take the second penalty stroke, and then he takes the second penalty stroke right into a bunker, chips it far, putts it close, and then gets it in for the 6. And it's just so disappointing for Viktor Hovland, as he definitely had a shot at this one. He was 1 back of the lead. I think at one point in this tournament, he was tied for first with Scottie Scheffler on Saturday, and then just an absolute blow up by him. And then in the round 4, it's a 75 with 2 bogeys that finish out his day on 16 and 17. He got in his own head, and you really saw it. And golf is a mental sport, and you really saw it with Viktor Hovland this weekend, how much it really can be. So Disappointing results from Victor Hovland. Rory McIlroy was also tied for 15th as well, as he finished 2 over. It was a 76 on Sunday for Rory McIlroy as well. Some bad scores on Sunday led to these guys playing a lot worse, or their scorecards being a lot worse than you would have expected, but that's just how golf is. You got to perform on Sunday, and they didn't get it done. But for the superlatives, as we're talking about, I do have best driver, best irons, best wedge, best putter, most surprising, and most disappointing to hand out, as we always do. Best driver this weekend goes to Seb Straka. This guy is a very accurate driver. He isn't a very far driver, but at the Memorial, it isn't about distance. It is about more accuracy at the Memorial, as the OB is really bad, a lot of water in this tournament, and so hitting fairways is so important. And Seb Straka hit fairways at an 85% accuracy clip. Around 60 is the tour average, and he hit 85% of his fairways this weekend. Very impressive from Seb Straka. He gained 0.673 strokes off the tee to the field. Very impressive. That was top 5 strokes gained off the tee, and that was number 1 with accuracy. But I also want to talk about Akshay Bhatia, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He was first in strokes gained off the tee at 1.033 above the field, but I did elect to go with Seb Straka because of the accuracy was just that much more of second place. He really was great this weekend when it came to hitting fairways, and you need to hit fairways. Next, it's going to be best irons, and I think you have to hand it out to the guy with the best irons in the game, the best golfer in the world. It's Scotty Scheffler, first in strokes gained approach, first in greens in regulation, first in proximity to hole. This is why he is the best golfer in the world. We talk about it so often, is he hits greens at an insane rate, and he always sticks it close to the hole. First in proximity to hole is very impressive, and strokes gained on approach being first is also very impressive. At the Memorial, we talk about it being a accuracy competition a lot of the time and a putting competition, and he was really great in both those aspects, and that is why he came away as the winner here. Best wedges goes to Hideki Matsuyama. His proximity to hole was 5 foot 11 inches from scrambling. That is 5th, and he was the best at scrambling percentage at an 81.25% of times converting on up and downs. Very impressive. Around the greens with your wedges, that's what you need to do. When you get these very difficult greens, being able to get up and down is so important. So he was able to do it at a very impressive rate. He finished in that group of only 11 guys to finish under par, and that was the reason for it. He didn't drive the ball well, but he was very accurate around the green, and that's really what got him to 1 under on the weekend. So impressive stuff from Hideki Matsuyama when we came into this tournament wondering if he's really healthy. He seemed healthy, and he seems ready to go for the U.S. Open. Of course, when that guy is on, he is one of the best golfers in the world. We saw it. Of course, he has a green jacket. He is a fantastic, fantastic golfer when he is on and on his day. He finished, what tournament was that? I think it was at Riviera earlier this year when he finished with a Sunday 62 for the win, and that's just what he does. He's a very impressive golfer, and he does great things when he's out on the golf course. So Hideki Matsuyama, wedges, best. He was first in scrambling. He was 5th in proximity to hole. So impressive stuff there. Best putter goes to Nick Dunlap. He averaged 25 putts per round, which was first in the field. That's very impressive. He's not 2-putting very often, and he definitely is not 3-putting very often. He was 3rd in strokes gained putting at 1.492, which is very, very impressive on these greens that are so hard and so fast and very difficult to read, with the hole positions being where they were this weekend. He was fantastic. It was very impressive what Nick Dunlap was able to do. So he gets the best putter for this weekend. Most surprising was Christian Bezuidenhout. This is the superlative that he got that I kind of alluded to earlier. It's Christian Bezuidenhout, who has 2 top 10s all year, and he was 4th in the Memorial this year at 3 under. He had a fantastic tournament. Very impressive rounds, 72, 67, 74, 72. So only one round over par here at the Memorial, and it is that Saturday, but playing very consistent. That 67 round 2 really pushed him over the edge here, and it's very impressive from Christian Bezuidenhout. Most disappointing is Patrick Cantlay. There are a lot of guys that missed the cut here. Jordan Spieth, Will Zalatoris, I believe, missed the cut. I know Wyndham Clark missed the cut. Ricky Fowler missed the cut. Kurt Kitayama missed the cut. But it's Patrick Cantlay, who is a 2-time winner at Muirfield Village. He misses the cut here. 7 over. He is second only to Tiger Woods in lifetime earning at Muirfield Village. Again, missing the cut for that guy is most surprising in a bad way, but definitely most disappointing, Patrick Cantlay. But yeah, a lot of guys had great weekends. Very impressive, of course, Scottie Scheffler. He probably deserved to win every single award besides most disappointing, but I'm only going to give him one of them because that was the only one that he was absolutely the best at. Undisputed, first in greens in regulation, first in strokes gained on approach, first in proximity to hole. I mean, what are we doing? His irons are insane. Magic, what he's able to do with them, and very impressive. But that'll wrap it up for our second segment of the night. When I come back, we will be talking about Scottie Scheffler and his amazing year so far, how he is the official world golf #1 by a lot.